Hello. Right, guys, can you hear me now? Yeah, you can, 'cause I just heard myself. Right. Okay. Hey, English, anyway. And, yeah, well, that's unfortunate. Okay. My microphone, I got my brand new microphone that I was testing out and everything, and unfortunately, it is working. I just haven't got it set up right somehow. But, that's okay. It's for when I've got my proper setup in a way, not for straight away. That's cool. Right, okay. Anyway, guys, hello. Well, that's not very nice, Briggs, is it? Eh? um, right, guys. Hello and welcome to Friday night's PRF1. Um, as you can see, we're a long way into the season now, and we are at Hungary. So, as usual, it's full qualifying, 50% race, and there we go. And we've got Vice Racing is joining us tonight, so you might know him because he does the commentating now on the Tuesday night races. So, are you there, Vice? Hello, Vice Racer. Yeah, thanks for joining me, man. And hopefully it's going to be good fun tonight at Hungary. Should be good. But, so I understand you've joined PRF1. You're doing the comms on a Tuesday, um, and I think have you done two so far? Excellent. Okay, and I'm just want to make right. Okay, now James is saying they can't hear you, so I think have you included your audio, or is it me that's got to do mine? I can't bleeding remember. Um, party audio is on, but it's your party. I wonder if I wonder if it needs to be changed. So it's my party. Um,
Oh no, yeah, I think I've included it now. Or
all right. Okay.
should be fine now.
Okay. Can you hear him? Can you hear him, guys? There we go. Excellent. Thanks, James, for that bit of help.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be raining today.
Do you? Is this a
That's
crystal ball moment? Uh,
uh, well, not exactly. I saw it in the menu. I think it was supposed to be raining, so hopefully should spice things up.
yeah, should do. Looks like we drive for Q1. Well, at least it start Q1 anyway. Um, there we go. I'm on my normal headset microphone now, by the way, because my test went terribly wrong. Nobody could hear me, so uh, let's try and sort out. It's not four now anyway. It's a new microphone I've got for when I got a proper place set up for
Yeah,
doing it all. So who's out then? That's a Haas. That Cammy. He's usually out for quick in Q1. It is indeed.
yeah. He crashed out last time on Tuesday, so hope he
Yeah.
doesn't do that today.
So, and was that in Hungary as well on Tuesday?
Yeah, he crashed on the last corner on one of the safety car restarts.
Oh dear. Wow. Okay. Hey Greza, thanks for joining. And Dark Mark and Spriggs, just being mean. But, oh, he was kidding. Oh, Dark Mark is doing his first ever race with no traction or ABS. He's chosen to do
I
that at
could only
Hungary.
dream of doing that.
Yeah, same. Well, I am no traction, but I definitely use ABS. I'm on pad, so that would be like really, really difficult on pad. Um,
Oh, Atkins is disqualified?
he has been disqualified from the session. I didn't see the. I think did it say parts in a dangerous location?
Yeah, something like that. He must have maybe just stopped on track.
Yeah, pit exit maybe.
Ah.
No. Oh dear. Oh well, that's a short quali for Atkins. Unless he had a qualifying ban and he's disqualified himself to make sure he starts from the back. Maybe that is one way I've noticed people doing it recently in other leagues and stuff. So anyway, Kamarov has started the first flying lap of the evening. And,
Oh yeah, Atkins has had a quali ban.
he has. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, what he's done is he's basically stopped on the pit exit to make it disqualifying. Because that way he'd definitely start from the back, whereas sometimes if you retire, other people end up somehow getting behind you. Not quite sure how, but they do. Yeah, that's good. So, do you like this track then, Vice?
Well, yeah, I've not really drove much on it, but I do enjoy some of the sections. I do think it's quite flowing.
Yeah, it's a driver's circuit. There's no doubt about it. I know the actual F1 drivers in real life have always loved this track. So,
Yeah.
I know it's one of Michael Schumacher's favourites, and Damon Hill's as well. So,
Not the best for racing, though.
16.6 across the line for Kamarov. No, you're right. It's pretty much all the overtaking's almost all done into turn 1 and turn 3. I think that's both DRS zones basically.
Yeah.
Not really any other opportunities, unless you're either extremely brave or extremely stupid. Normally, that's 18-0 for Dark Lord. So, not sure what to expect as a sort of target time in Q1. I think the pole position time we should be seeing in the 15s, but
Yeah, I think on Tuesday, Kamarov only just managed to get a 15.9. That was the pole lap.
okay. I think tonight, because we got the two Red Bulls are both pretty quick. You got Spreader as well. What can happen sometimes is they sort of push each other into, faster times. I think Bram Jiggers, is that Brammy? Because I've got a feeling he's quite quick as well. Quite new to the league. For anybody out there watching tonight, he is new to Friday's night, so this will be his first race. And it's broken as well. It's broken forward, that's a new one. So, and Franz Piper. We've got a few new drivers tonight then.
Yeah, never seen Franz race before.
No, always good to see the new guys get on. More times, Robbo 72, 75 for Davis. The AlphaTauri drivers always close to each other. Quali and race. Shrek goes P2 on a 17.1. Then we got is that somebody in a wall? It's Theo on an outlap. I think the game just reset him to track actually. He was trying to do it himself, and then it suddenly just reset him. So I think the game did that.
Yeah, I think he has a bit of front wing damage on the left end plate.
Yeah, you're right. He does. He's lost his end plate, so that'll be back to the pits then to have another go. It is quite an easy track to spin, to be fair. It's extremely high downforce track. I would say the only other two tracks you run as high as you do around Hungary would be Monaco and Singapore. I don't think any other tracks would even come close to those three. Franz Piper's completed a lap 20.3. Teammates with Fatal Defiance tonight, so they're pretty close to each other.
Yeah, I think I know maybe Tuesdays aren't as high standards as Fridays today, but I think the knockout time was around 18.9 or something like that.
That would probably sound about right. I know Fatal likes to sort of go out and do a few laps on a set of tyres, and then he comes back in and sticks a new set on and goes again. So he usually improves his time later in the session. So yeah, I'd be expecting about that, I think.
Yeah.
Actually, got to drive this myself tomorrow night. I haven't done any practice yet. Unfortunately, I probably should have, really. Then I'd have known the times a bit better.
Oh, I've got a bit of a cold, so sorry guys.
That's alright, me too. Got a pair of commentators
Yeah.
each with colds, fantastic. I'm just on the back end of my night, just getting over it, so yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I think maybe Axel was supposed to race, but then Franz replaced him. Because
Yeah.
Axel couldn't make it.
That
Yeah.
would be right, yeah, for Aston Martin, so... Well, it's given Franz a chance anyway, hasn't it? And he can show us what he could do. I think we're pretty well off at the moment in PRF1 with reserves. I think we've got like 6 that are actually waiting for full-time seats, which is pretty good. Sprint has gone
in a bit.
P2. And here is the other McLaren, or sorry, not the other McLaren, but one of the other new drivers in the McLaren this time. So it's broken. That's what it looks like. I think it's broken. I don't know what's broken, but something's broken. Whether he means the McLaren or not, I don't know.
I call him it's broken. So, yeah.
See if anything really is.
He was
broken
quite quick.
Oh, there's Bram. 1:16.4 already. That's quick for Q1. That's Brammy and Cammy. Brammy and Cammy, there we go. That's gonna go down in the annals. Brammy and Cammy showing what they could do early doors then, and we know that they've definitely got more time than that in there. Am I seeing rain? I swear I could see some little drops then.
Well, it does look like quite clear skies for there to be rain.
It probably is. It's probably just some... I don't know. It's probably just a game flickering or something. I don't know. It's hard to spot when it first starts normally, so... I'm looking at a pit stop here, or somebody just driven into the pits, and I can't see anything, so I don't think it is. I must have just saw it flickering. Davis is... out on another run, I think. Pretty close to the back of McLaren in front of him. It's broken, by the way. 17.1 went up to P5 and got out of the way nicely there of Davis as well. Like the way he did that.
Oh.
Davis very nearly loses the back end.
Yeah, might have gotten a bit distracted there.
Yeah, I think it's broken did the right thing. It would have been dangerous to try and move earlier than he did. But
yeah.
It's that sort of track, unfortunately. It may be quite open with little run-off areas and walls aren't that close, but it is like Monaco in that sense that it is difficult to get out of somebody's way. Tight, compact. Theo's back out there after that earlier spin. He's going to go round and into the wall again.
Aww.
And he's left somewhat sparkling on the wall, and that's an actual reset to track that time. That one he'd be in trouble for. I think the first one was the game, but that one was him. So,
full front wing off now. He's really having troubles today.
Yeah. Well, a few retirements going on now from people that feel they're safe, which they're probably right, to be fair. Jumba. So close last week to getting through Q1 for the first time for a little while. Got beaten right on the last person across the line, if I remember rightly. So he's not improving here in a way. So the top 7 are all retired, feeling they're safe. Any chance they might regret that? 72, White Lion. Spreader. Oh, well, we're spreading out, by the way, and he's just started his hot lap. It's hard to know, isn't it? With new guys on the track, 3 new guys on the track, although one of them already has done better than White Lion and retired himself. well, and Bram has actually. Two of them have. It's quite difficult to know. The full-time drivers that are here are all pretty quick.
Yeah, from what I know, it's Brokeen and Bram are quite quick. Bram won the race on Tuesday from second to last, I think it was. So,
Right.
yeah, he is quite quick.
Hey Reed, yeah, I am feeling a bit healthier tonight, but this show man that's with me on the comms is, sounds like he's maybe struggling a little bit. A little cold. Get your glasses on, Hilly, it's bright sunshine. I mean, there's just no need for that sort of talk. You know, James? Should be nice to me. I've got to commentate you on Tuesday. If you want me to say nice things, you know, be nice to me on other nights. Spreader goes P3 on a 16.9. Franz Piper is out again in the Aston, and he improved through sets of 1, but he's about quarter of a second down in sector 2.
I don't think he's got a lot of VRS left.
Yeah, no, I think maybe he was having an extra go from a previous lap then.
Yeah.
And managed to improve a bit. So the fact that he managed to improve a bit in sets of 1, because it's quite hard on your tyres around here, definitely shows he's got plenty of time in it. Yeah. Not done. But yeah, certainly your drivers like Davis there, in P9, Scott, Dartmark, well, both Dartmark and Dartlord, certainly. Dre definitely, Big D definitely, Knowsley definitely. Those guys all could definitely do better than the 17.2 that White Lion's done. And then it's just whether enough of the others could potentially put White Line into trouble.
I think he should be fine, but honestly, I don't really know the standards much for this league, for the Friday division, so maybe.
Yeah, here's Big D. He's thank you, James. Yeah, so Big D's been a bit indifferent in previous weeks. He's started this season and the last season, well, actually most of last season, you generally see him top 5 in qualifying. But just since the sort of halfway point, he's just, you know, and he's not suddenly become slow, he's just not been as qualifying as high, but that could be simply testament to the league getting a bit stronger.
From what I've seen, Big D's always been nearly having the pace to win, but just not quite being there. Maybe just on the outskirts of the podium in the races.
Yeah, he picked up a lot of podiums last season, but they've been a bit scarce this season. Final corner, there we go. 17.1, so that puts him up to P5, that will be safe.
Yeah, for more people are starting to improve now. For more I'm thinking that maybe the White Line could be in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, I'm still with you. I still think he should be okay, but I mean, it's just, if it was me, I wouldn't have been so quick to retire because I don't know enough of the drivers, or there's there's too many unknowns. I know Theo's been here a little while now, but I still don't know him well enough to sort of know what time he's going to do.
Knowsley's just really staying in the pit lane right now. He's going to leave it right till the end.
He likes to do that Q1. I don't know why he does that.
To be honest, I wouldn't risk that in case you do a mistake and then get knocked out in Q1.
That's it. I like to get one on the board early, and if it's good enough, then great. If it's not, I'll go out again.
Yeah.
Davis just showed purple through sector 2. Down 17.0, so that puts him P4. Another driver ahead of White Lion, so White Lion now down to 10. Dre.
I don't think Knowsley's going out. Oh no, he is.
He's on an
he's left
outlap
it
now,
really
but
late.
he's just gone through turn 1. He's not leaving a... He is going to cross the line probably only with about 6 seconds to go, I'd say. It'll be pretty close.
Yeah, it's quite risky.
Into Defiance improving. Heads over the line, 118.4. That puts him P15 for the moment. His teammate just coming into the penultimate corner. Was half a second up, but he's ran very wide out of the hairpin.
I think that might be Teo out. Depends what others can do.
Yeah. 19.3, improved by 3/10, but he lost a lot of time at the end there by running wide in the last couple of corners. Gimba, he's on an outlap, so he's just crossing the start. Now here's Knowsley. He's just coming up to the hairpin.
He should make it. Yeah, I think he'll make
tight,
it.
Isn't it? What? 10 seconds from here. I don't think I'd have been leaving it this tight. My goodness. It's, wow.
Oh, that was close.
That is brave. Well, maybe. It's brave until it's stupid if he invalidates at some point there.
Yeah.
It's, just go because you can't see, because he hasn't done a time, you can't see what's actually going on. Hans Piper's not improving. I think he did try, but...
Oh, Fatal's lost his front wing.
Yeah. Theo went into P15, by the way, so he's potentially through, but he's in trouble.
Oh no, Knowsley's round.
Knowsley's lost
round.
it. And that's
exactly what I was speaking about. It's just not good to leave it at the end.
No. So that, ladies and gentlemen,
that's the mount.
Oh, Gumba is about to go through. Out the final corner, 17-7
He's through.
Up to P13. Get in, Gumba. Well done, lad. So, that means that Theo drops to 16th. And we lose the 2 Aston Martins, Fatal and Franz. And Knowsley will be saying, why did I leave it so late?
Yeah, there was no need, to be honest.
No, you'd probably say he was having his dinner or something, but you know, those few extra chips that you had to eat cost you a place. Q2. Yeah, they are, James.
Yeah, just
good league here. Sorry, mate, go on. Right then, so... Well, what do you think, Vice? You got a second cover in the top 11. And... Well, top 15 covered by 1.6, but the 5 we lose are Theo, Fatal, Franz, Knowsley and Atkins. So, Knowsley gets the dunce of the day, should we give him, I think, for that.
Yeah. I thought Tay was going to make it through, but then Gumba just came in last second and shattered all his hopes.
He did. Yeah. No friends in this game. That's it.
Yeah.
So, into Q2, top 15, the top 10 go through. And 5 more will leave us. Now, since about the halfway point in the season, this has been a ridiculously close session. So what you normally end up, or what we normally end up with in this race for this session is maybe 5 drivers that are a bit further out in front, and then like 10 drivers that are really, really tight and close together, and literally any of them could get through. So should be a good one.
Yeah.
Out
there usually is for some of the like bottom 5, which are usually quite a bit off the pace, but for in for own little scrap for P14, 13. which is always
Yeah.
interesting to see.
Definitely, absolutely. So Cammy likes to come out first and hog the spotlight a little bit.
I think he's leading the championship, right?
Yeah, so Cammy's leading the championship at the moment for Master Spread. Give me a second, I'll go into the Discord and focus on that. It's, see, Spread gained some points back last week, I think.
I do think Kamrov is comfortable though. I think around 30 points it was.
He is, but not as comfortable as you think, because he's definitely going to miss a race before the end of the season.
Oh.
So, yeah, it is actually tighter than we think. So, obviously, Spreader's still got to go out and win that race, or at least do really well in it. So, right,
Yeah.
oh, there we go. Right, Fangio standings. Okay, so yeah, Cammy's top, and he is leading Spreader by 35 points. And it's 30 for a win, isn't it? So, it's,
Well,
it's more than a race ahead, but to say Spreader could potentially bring that right down when Cammy misses a race. Now, not 100% sure which one he's missing, but might be Brazil. I've got a feeling he said Brazil is the second last.
Brazil should be sprint races, so points the same for the sprints.
Yeah, so yeah, the sprint races is the same as real life, so the 8 down to 1.
Oh yeah, okay.
Just to sort of update us properly on the driver, Spriggs is in P3 at the moment on 249. Shrek then is in P4 on 189. But Spriggs is kind of on his own a bit now because he's had so many second places throughout the season that he's pulled a bit of a gap to 4th. But 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. Yeah, so from Shrek in 4th. 4th to 8th is covered by 28 points. So, really tight there. And in terms of constructors, it's the opposite way round in the constructors. So Alpine are leading the constructors with Haas in 2nd, and the gap's 26 points. So yeah, even if Kamarov may be leading the way in the drivers, but he is still trying to help his team catch up in the constructors.
Spriggs has crashed on the exit. I think he might have done what Greza did on Tuesday, just took too much curb through turn 5, I think it was.
It is, yeah. So, yeah, I saw that spin from Greza. And like Gordon will do that. It's if you just catch a little bit too much curb, or you have a little bit too much steering input as you go into it, it will just, it just brings the back end round. Basically, it just viciously spins you round. There's not anything you can do to save it. Like the chicane in the middle of the straight at France will do as well. Really a lot you can do about it if you hit it wrong.
Yeah, I think in F1-23, would that still be a problem with the way they're changing the floor and how it reacts to the track?
I don't know. Honestly, to be honest with you, I'm not technically minded enough with it all to really know. I mean, you can negate the impacts here. You can do it on this game by raising your ride height up. So you can do it on this game, but it does cost you quite a lot of straight line speed. Obviously, that's not that important here. But having said that, raising your ride height as well will impede corner as well, which is quite important here, obviously. So.
Yeah, well, quite an odd one there, but at least he's not really in the championship fight, so he's not got much to lose.
No, but you did say to me last week after another P2 that this was going to be the week this week. He said Hungary next week. That is the week I'm going to finally make that P2 into a P1.
Well, to be fair, Bram did manage it from 19th or 18th, was it? So I'm sure he can manage it as well if he plays his strategy right.
Yeah, definitely, potentially. One to keep an eye on, by the way, as we go further into qualifying, keep an eye on Davis, because he is the lobby host. Now, we had sort of the lobby host advantage did seem to be getting a bit smaller in recent times, but I've just been racing the last 2 nights. Done a couple of races in France, and the lobby host launch was absolutely ridiculous both times.
I realised it was on Tuesday. Davies actually, his launch was probably even worse than the people around him. So yeah, maybe
that means he was about
has become a bit
2 seconds
smaller.
late. Maybe he's trying to level it out a bit by being a bit late. I can't
Yeah.
imagine that.
Well, he was in 4th, so if he did get a good start and he did get the lobby host advantage, I think he could have probably been in 1st by the time he came down into turn 1.
Well, I mean, I was looking out for it on Tuesday on the stream I do on Tuesday for WAOF1, and I can't say I really saw anything. Everybody seems to move at the same time, so I thought it was kind of maybe had been sorted, but then the last 2 nights, yeah, it was horrendous. Literally, the guy was the lobby host was it last night or was it Wednesday? I think it was Wednesday. The lobby host started about 4 or 5 places behind me, and by the time I started, they were going past already. It's absolutely ridiculous.
So you do race, Ben?
Yeah, I do race. Yeah, I race
Oh,
race 3 times a week, and I do comms 5 times a week.
you're a busy man.
Yeah, but love every minute of all of it. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, first race, hopefully first race, I'll be observed tomorrow night, but first race in new league tomorrow night, PRL. Well, pit stop racing league, I think it's called. Pit stop or pit box, I can't remember. Pit box, I think it is actually. So, mate runs it, so just jumped into there after I left ARC.
Yeah, was Arca Racing League?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, I've been sort of head admin in there for over a year. And, yeah, so it's in the past now. I'm an admin in what 1, 2, 3. I'm admin in 3 leagues still, and I'm head steward now in the 4th as well. So as well as doing all the comms and the racing itself as well. So I keep myself quite busy with it.
I do think stewarding would be quite fun.
I thought that, yeah. Until I started doing it, and you realise you've got to be the one that's is nasty with everyone basically, and gives everyone penalties. And no, honestly, it's the most thankless job. Nobody likes you for it, you know. Dark Mark. Oh, spun it at turn 1. He just finished his lap, so that was going to be his in lap, I believe. So silly spin, but luckily enough, only tapped the ball.
This wing looks fine to me.
Yeah, he hardly hit it. He did hit it, but barely, brushed it pretty much. Mind you, I did see somebody retire the other week where they hit the wall at 4 kilometers an hour. It all broke. The wheel fell off and everything. Like they just hit it 100 miles an hour. Like, it was, 4 kilometers an hour. Bang, gone. China, that was.
Yeah. The game can be a bit weird sometimes.
I don't know exactly, but I think the physics work a lot on the angle the car hits the wall rather than the speed it's going and stuff like that.
Yeah. I have seen maybe like someone square on hit the back of someone, but they hit him like right in the middle of their rear wing and it just didn't cause any damage or anything.
Yeah,
It
that's
was really
it.
weird.
Spreader just went fastest on a 16.4. Ram, Cammy and White Lion have already retired out, feeling they're through. Yeah, I think they're fine on what they've done. Dark Mark back to the pits then. And yeah, so pretty much everybody's got just the one run left. He hasn't got a proper time on the board yet, a 1:35.9.
You know, I do think it's Brokey, Noji, Shrek, and Davies should be able to make it through as long as they have a clean lap, but it is quite close, so you never know.
Exactly, and as we saw with I've forgotten his name. No, Knowsley in Q1. No guarantee of a clean lap around here. So that's a big deal. I mean, he's showing purple in sector 2. I don't really know how much you could trust that graphic on the track map when it goes for purple all the time. I know if it's I know if they haven't got a time on the board at all, you basically may as well ignore it because it's just never right. Anyway,
Yeah.
17-0 goes to the P4, and that will see him through.
Dark Lord's up. Not by a lot, though. Oh,
Improved a lot from
3/10
sector
now.
2, so that's
Yeah.
unbelievably though, that's actually only enough for one place, so does need to find a bit more ideally.
Yeah.
Not bad through the final sector, I don't think, so he probably has found a bit more. Yeah, 7-1.
5/10, yeah.
It's P7. And again, I would
That's
think
pretty good.
that will probably be safe. It's hard to say. Scott's just started a lap.
Yeah, I would say maybe Davies, Brokeen, and Dre could probably get in front of him. I can't think of anyone else who would be able to match that time.
Yeah. As we say, oh, that's lagging about terribly on my screen. Is Scott there? Yeah, it's him
I've
as
never
well.
seen
So I go to
Scott
Gumby,
race.
it's completely fine. So. Right, because it's the end of sector 2 now, 3/4 of a second up. So we're taking to a 1:17.8 exactly, pretty much. And obviously,
Davies is also up on his lap.
as soon as Scott crosses the line, we'll go to Davies. And yes, oh, 17.3, he had loads of time in the final sector, so Scott goes in the P10. Davis crosses
Davies
the
P8.
line into P8, so that knocks Scott straight back out. Dark Mark improves, but stays... Oh no, hang on, that was an out lap, sorry. That's from his last lap.
Gumba starting his lap.
There's a McLaren
Dre
on its way
also.
round, so Brokeen isn't improving.
Yeah.
Just under a tenth down through sector 2. And pull that back. A bit more difficult to displace him. No, he doesn't.
No.
Does it improve? Robbo is improving by 6/10. Yeah, this is going to see Robbo through.
Yep.
Cross line, it's a
That's a no.
16 in fact, so that's a P4. That's Brokeen out.
Dre's backed off. And the Dark Mark's up by 2/10.
Yep. Oh! Round he goes.
Oh, he's round.
Gumba. I think Gumba's the only one still on a lap. Unless Dre's on one.
Yeah.
So he's in P10 in a way. Across the line, 76 from Gumba, improves by 3/4 of a second, but that's only good enough for P13. That's a good quality for Gumba, so fair play to him.
Isn't Goomba new to this series, or he's in his first few races? I'm not really sure, but
What was that, sorry?
isn't Goomba new to this series? I'm not really sure, but yeah, just wondering.
No, no, Gumba's been in PRF1 for a long time.
Well, okay.
Longer than me in a way. He's actually someone's brother. Whose brother is he? He's Dark... I think he's Dark Mark's brother.
Oh,
I think it's Dark Mark, but it can be sometimes. Oh, so many people through all this, but there's that.
yeah.
Oh, thanks, Greza, you legend. I've just had to jump in the stream, so I've lost a lot of the chat, guys. I do apologise if I've missed anything, but I can see that, Greza, so thank you very much. And he says that comms is working well, lads. So there we go. We're doing all right. The boss says so we're allowed. Right then, so Spreader, what's that? Oh, goodness me, I just call him Bram Jeegers.
I just call him Bram, yeah.
Yeah, Spreader through his fastest. Bram P2, Shrek, Robbo, Big D, Cammy, White Line, Dark Lord, Davis, and Dre are through. We lose Broking, Scott, Goomba, and 2 others whose names I didn't quite get in. At the end of Q2, so we've got the pole position shootout. Well, one of those would have been Spriggs, wouldn't it? Because crashed at the start. Right then, still wet. Still dry even.
Yeah, I think Varaine's most likely going to come into the race then.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind a sort of dry to wet race or a wet to dry race, whichever way round.
Yeah, I remember in Belgium, in Loudiv, the track was dry for the first lap, but then the second one, the second lap, the rain just started pouring down, so...
Oh, it happens fast
hopefully...
as well, doesn't it, there? So, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we ain't hanging about coming out, one after the other. Yeah, I must admit on Wednesday, which is one of the nights I've raced, the league this season's trying a new thing out where they actually make up the weather forecast. So they send it to the managers, I think 3 days before the race, what the weather forecast is, and so there's good points and bad points to it, and obviously the good points is if it is going to rain, yeah, then you know to practice your rain setup sort of thing, and that is good because it means people have practice. You don't have so many spins going on in the wet conditions, and obviously less chance of safety car then. But the poor side to it is because they've given the forecast in exactly the same way you choose it on the game. You can literally find out exactly what the weather's going to be through the race, so you know exactly what lap you've got to pit and everything.
Yeah.
And it will do the same. You could practice it 10 times and it will be exactly the same every time. So,
Well,
you know,
I think that just drains the entertainment out of it.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. There's good sides to it and there's bad sides as well, but yeah. So we'll give it a trial this season and then they'll make their mind up for the first season on 23, whether they're going to keep that or not.
Yeah.
But there is because it's a realistic league as well, and there is a point to it that you know, realistically you would have an idea of what the weather's going to be.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fair.
It's yeah, so yeah, there's that side to it. Alright. What's your prediction then for pole position? Time-wise, I mean.
I would say probably Kamarov, but I hope it's OG Shrek. I don't think it's gonna be, but I just hope it will be.
Right. And what sort of time do you think?
Well, maybe. Well, Camarov's just set down a 16.1, so I would say a 15.8, probably. A 15.872, I'm gonna say exactly.
Okay. I'm going to go a little bit quicker. I'm going to say 15.6. So,
Okay.
and I'm going to say... I'm going to go for Bram on that one.
Oh, okay.
The guy who I've literally never seen do a lap before tonight.
Oh!
So, oh, hello. 15.9. Just need 3 more attempts now. Right. Spreader. I haven't actually done the hilly hot lap yet. You feel confident enough to do a hilly hot lap around here?
What's that?
It's a quali lap where you ride on board with someone, you basically talk your way around the lap like you do in real life. They get like George Russell to do it with someone in real life.
Oh, well, yeah, sure, I could do that.
Yeah. So it's like go through, we'll find somebody on the lap laps when we can. We'll probably be coming to the pits now anyway. But yeah, you just sort of say, yeah, so DRS running down to turn 1 and down to the say third, whatever, and then, you know, that sort of thing. Just give it a go.
Yeah, I think it will have to be in one of the last runs, though. Unless maybe if the Dark Lord comes out now.
Yeah, if Dark Lord comes out, that'd be ideal. If he's only got 1 run, quite often, if you're going to do 1 run, you kind of do it in the middle of everybody else doing their 2. So, if he come out. I don't think, looking at the order, that Dark Lord will be expected to get too high in this top 10, but you never know unless you go out and give it a shot.
Yeah, I would say Ram right now is looking like he could definitely get pole. I think Master Spreads may be lacking a bit.
He always is in qualifying, the spreader. He's always lacking a bit. Although I won pole last week actually at Miami. Was it Miami last week? I can't remember now. I do so many comms I forget which tracks was that. But yeah, I saw it was Miami last week.
Yeah.
So, well, no movement from Dark Lord's garage yet. Perhaps he's just
Yeah, I
leaving it to
think
the
he
end
might
to have
just
a go.
wait. Yeah.
Or keep a set. So perhaps he's only got 1 set and he wants to. Well, no, he can't because you get the extra set of tires for Q3. And you can't. The extra set you get for Q3, they're set 4, and you can't keep set 4 for the race. So you may as well use them. There's no point in keeping them because they just disappear. So.
Oh.
Yeah, you've got to. If you want to keep a set of tires for the race, you must keep set 1 to 3. You can't keep set 4. So I never quite understand. Well, you do sometimes see people not coming out in Q3, and I'm like, well, why don't you just use those tires? May as well give it a go.
Yeah. Well, I do think the Dark Lord, maybe if he's just thinks that he's not got the pace to maybe go for P6, P7, P8, he might as well just maybe leave it till the end.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. He's, I think, looking at that, I think he can, he's certainly capable of challenging with Robbo. I don't see any reason he can't do that, so...
yeah.
And looking, you know, and what I mean as well is going by previous races, he's certainly got the pace to challenge Robbo, so there's no reason he couldn't. And obviously Dre, Big D and Dave. I suspect Dre, Big D and Davis there have used a set of slightly worn tyres already.
Yeah. Dark Mark was... Yeah, he says his no traction control and ABS let him down.
Ah, yes, of course, yeah. Yeah. Ah, well, fair play for giving it a go and, well, getting to the point where you trust yourself to to use it in an actual league race. That's what I want.
Yeah.
ABS switched off for myself. That is my next one, but I'm actually nowhere near it yet, unfortunately.
I don't really see the advantage of switching off ABS. I'm not sure if it maybe gives an advantage in traction or anything, but I don't think it does.
It's quicker in the corners. It's
Oh, okay.
it's the way you take the corners. It's different with ABS on. You even though your wheels don't actually lock up. It's almost like you've got a mechanism in place to stop the lockup happening, and so that mechanism doesn't stop the actual speed loss from doing it. So it's hard to explain, but it's really, really hard to explain. But I've watched it on one of these YouTube videos and that with one of the esports guys telling you all about it and everything. It's yeah.
Yeah.
But
Maybe
I
could
don't
do
know
at
what I'm
least-
talking about well enough to be able to explain it to someone else, basically. Even though in my head I
Yeah.
sort of know, but
Yeah. I could maybe do at least hot lap for Akadri.
Dre, yep. No worries, I'm on with him now. So
Yeah.
I'll let you take it away.
Okay then, Akadri coming around the final corner now. Going up to full throttle, opening up the DRS, and winding up through the gears up into 8th now, topping out at around 193 miles an hour, heavy braking zone into turn 1. Open up the DRS once again. Oh no, no, you spun it!
This happens all the time. There you go, Dark Lord's next.
Well, I guess we'll hop onto the Dark Lord then. Going through turn 1, doesn't take a lot of curb, doesn't spin out like Akadre did. Gets up into 7th gear. Brake and turn, go down to 2nd gear. Flat out through this corner. Be careful not to spin out through here. And go to the right, left. Brake out around the 15-meter board. Take a bit of curb, not too much though, because it's going to slow you down. And go through the S's. Full throttle through this next corner. A little dab on the brake through there, and back onto full throttle as he goes to the last 4 corners of the lap. Down to 2nd. Winds up the gears to 5th. And now through the last corner, get a nice tidy run up across the line for the Dark Lord. Does a 116.9 and goes to P6.
Yeah, well done. Very nicely done. And exactly what we were saying, Dark Lord challenges Robbo by going just ahead of him.
Yeah.
So, right,
Well, of course, Robbo.
Shrek 116.4, he stays P4. It improves nicely. Another Red Bull just behind. He's on an outlap actually, so who's the Ferrari is also on an outlap. Well, I think Dre's.
Oh, Dre's lost his win.
I think he was trying to get into the pits but didn't turn in enough with no wing and hit the wall.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, okay, now, so we're down to Big D. He's just going through the chicane. Love that chicane. That's right up there. That's my favourite chicane of the whole calendar. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, it's quite nice.
It's just brilliant because if you hit it right and as long as you don't hit the sausage curves, it's great. If you hit the sausage curves, it's a nightmare. But
yeah,
it's nice. You complete your race going through there.
The camera was a bit down here.
Oh yeah, sorry, Cammy's ahead on track. I'll just wait for him. Doesn't improve, Cammy. Big D across the line does improve and goes up to P4. Split Spreader and Shrek. Spreader had improved up to 16.3. Bram is up by the right amount to be able to do a 15.6. No more improvements or losses here, please, Bram. My prediction come true, please. Thank you very much.
Bram improves. Wow, that's a great lap.
15.6 from Bram. Davis is way, way down. So
Yeah.
that's it. That is qualifying over and done with, and it is pole position for our debutant on reserve tonight, Bram Jiggers. Obviously, race Tuesday. It's debut tonight in the Friday League.
That was
1:15.6,
a brilliant
superb lap. Cammy actually will probably be. I think knowing Cammy, he'd probably be more disappointed that he's slower in this session than he was in the last.
Yeah, that's around 5/10.
Yeah, so well, was it not 15.9 that he did in the previous session? I think.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, he'd normally expect to go faster, obviously in Q3, and he'd be a bit slightly disappointed by that. But ultimately, he's P2. He's ahead of his championship rival. But Spreader has done what he needs to do by being P3, so he's next to Cammy on the grid, and we all know how good a starter Spreader is. So expect him to be at the very least challenging into turn 1, if not already ahead. But Big D an absolute superb fourth as well. White Lion P5 actually out-qualified Shrek this evening. But the two Red Bulls very, very close indeed, as they always seem to be these days. Davis, don't forget lobby host. CM launch off the line P7. Robbo in P8. Dark Lord P9. Dre P10. So that means Robbo did nip back ahead of Dark Lord in the end. But yeah, if you. I must admit, actually, that's the most spread out we've been in a Q3 session for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that.
In PRF1, but it's usually very tight. But that's the one lap pace. The race pace is a totally different story. So there we go. That looks a bit darker. Can't see any rain though. I think it will be dry as to start by the looks of it.
Yeah, maybe rain later on. Maybe
Yeah.
people would go hards to try and make it to the rain. Although, yeah,
Yeah,
I have no idea
depends.
what the weather forecast is.
Yeah, it would depend how far into it is, doesn't it? But if it's yeah, I mean, 30. What is it? 36 lap race? I think it is.
35,
Is it
yeah.
35? So yeah, that's right. And I think the game tells you to do 14 on mediums and 21 on hards. You can vary that a little bit, obviously. But yeah, so depending on if rain is going to come, when it comes, depends on what tire they have to start on, really. There's also factoring in a reasonably high risk of a safety car, I would say. It's not one of the highest risk ones, is it? But it's certainly not a low risk track
Yeah.
at the same time. So
We did have quite a few safety cars on Tuesday last time. I think maybe 60 NFs, so it can
right,
happen.
yeah, it is one of those tracks here. You could have that in one race, and then the next race you'll have an absolute clean, no safety car race, maybe one retirement or
Yeah.
something. So it's just like that around there. I think it's one of those tracks where mistakes sort of breeds mistakes. So once one safety car occurs, you end up with 3 or 4 of them. So yeah,
Yeah, when they were all getting close and bunched up, then the incidents start rolling in.
yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
Right. Okay, guys, we're going to take just a quick break. It'll be a few minutes until we actually start. So, Vice, I'm going to grab myself a coffee. I don't know if you want to do the same or some sort of drink or whatever, and pop
Yeah.
back. But we're back in just a few minutes for the race. See you in a moment. Right, okay, guys, back with you, and we should pretty much be coming up to getting ready to go.
Yeah, it has certainly gotten darker though.
It is definitely darker, isn't it? That's not me. That's not my eyes, is it? That is that definitely looks
Yeah.
darker. It's I would say it's, what would the game call that, overcast or something? I think. It's,
Yeah.
there's a timer. Getting ready to go. We'll have the formation lap. If it is a full dry race, it should just be a medium to hard or hard to medium. Whale, if you look 2 lines above what you've just put, it quite clearly says from me, "Thank you, Whale," with a little whale picture and a heart. Literally 2 lines above what you just put.
Yeah. Most people starting on mediums, no people starting on the softs.
No, I wouldn't really expect to see softs around here. They just don't last. It's quite a high wear track. You do sometimes get one weirdo. Let's give it a go.
Well, yeah, it's a brokey like starting on the softs from what I've seen. He always usually starts on them. Today starting on the hards though.
Okay, well, I will screenshot too so that I can show you after I've finished, alright? That means that you must have left the stream to go and do something else. What could possibly be more important than me and Vice?
Well, I do see it there, so
yeah,
I've definitely thanked him.
Thank you. Right, so yeah, you're right in a way that the vast majority are starting on the mediums. In fact, there's nobody in the top 10 starting on the hards. But the hard starters are Broking, Scott, Goomba, Theo, Fatal Defiance, who always starts on hards. If he ever starts on something else, it must be raining. Atkins on hards as well at the back. And Mosley has been disqualified for some reason.
Yeah, I think he's just had contact with the car and he's been reset on the grid, but he should start the race.
He'll definitely start the race from P19, but he will be doing that with 70-degree tyres. It's kind of like his penalty, if you like. But there is a glitch. Not everybody knows about this one, but there is actually a glitch in this game. That's some people get started on 70-degree tyres, no matter what. They can heat up as much as they like on the formation lap, but when the race starts, it automatically resets to 70 degrees. It's a nightmare for your race starts. So I know this because I'm one of them, you see.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. Even like the races I do against the computer, it does it in that as well. So it's just resets the tire temperatures to 70 degrees, which is a nightmare.
I absolutely cannot stand racing the AI on this game.
They love to give you a bit of a barge, don't they, sometimes? I can't get a good broadcast cam, I think. Let's go on. No, let's go with Davis, because he's the lovely host. Get ready for this.
Yeah.
Lights are on. Out they go. There goes Davis. Now everybody else moves.
Oh,
so
that's shocking.
2 places. He's going to get Big D as well, I think. Big D might be able to come back at him in turn 1 on the inside. And he does indeed. Doesn't leave a huge amount of room for Davis on the outside, but I think it's probably just about within regulation.
I think Tails round.
Yeah,
Dark Lord as well.
Tails round, Dark Lord, somebody else as well. Is that Franz? Well, Franz has been off track, but he's okay. Dre as well, I think, lost a place there.
Yeah, Bram keeps the lead. Kamarov second. Master Spreadford.
Okay. Just looking at the back ones, I think Dark Lord's lost an end plate, but I think Theo's okay. So,
yeah, from the top 6, not a lot of movement. Just Davies has gained 2 places.
Okay. Well, I hope you're okay, mate, if you're sat in hospital. Hope all's well. Um, yeah, so, can't see the end of the first lap, so it's just Davis, really, that's made the moves up the front. Thanks to that slight advantage.
Rams pulled out a nice gap.
Yeah, very close to a second already. Kamarov gained down the pit straight, so could just be from the toe, of course. He might have used a bit of energy. But
yeah, Kamarov does have less battery.
Spriggs is battling. Oh, and there's somebody's round just where these guys were battling. Somebody had spun. It was White Lion. White Lion had spun, and Scott. I think it was Scott and Spriggs. I'm not sure. No, because they're both teammates, so they wouldn't have been battling. Whoever it was, in a way, they were coming round turn 3, and he'd spun on the inside. White Lion, and that was very nearly disaster. Luckily enough, they both got through, and I think White Lion is okay as well. I don't think he's got any damage.
Yeah, from 7th to 12th, they've all gained positions.
Yeah. And Gumbo is dropping down. He is spun, and that is a full track yellow. I think it's going to be a virtual.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that is purely because there's just been too many incidents in too close a time. Also, Gumba has actually lost the whole of his front wing, so...
Yeah, might be because of debris. Spriggs is in.
Yeah, so Spriggs in. This isn't a, oh, I'm going to jump in and go to hards to get to the end. This is he needs a new wing. It's way too early to go to hards.
Well, if it is his race, it's not looking like it right now.
No, you're right. Mind you, this is one of those tracks. Chaos does begin to ensue a little bit. It can start to become a bit of a lottery where you end up finishing around here.
Yeah.
A bit like Baku, you may start pole, but you might be at the back and then back to the front before the end. You know, I think sometimes you do a track like Baku and you can literally occupy every position on the track at some point or another. So.
Yeah.
So flags flying in the background there. Who that is? Anyway, you're back racing. Sorry, falling asleep here. Right, so what that safety car's actually done is the top 4 have all, the top 5 actually have all spread out from each other.
Yeah, just around a second.
Yeah. Well, I was just about to say they're all outside the 1 second, apart from Big D's just inside, but he has dropped back out again now, so sort of hovering in and out at the moment. And of course, DRS is active now. Well, in fact, Big D did have DRS. That's what's allowed him to catch back up into the 1 second of spreader.
Yeah, Davis is looking under pressure from Shrek here. I think that's the closest battle.
Yeah, he's on board with Shrek. Picks up a nice toe here, but you've got to be a bit mad to try and make a move in there, in my opinion. I can remember a few years back.
Offers
Lewis.
Contact. Francis round.
Who was it?
Franz. He had contact with Nosley on the exit of turn 3, I think it was.
Right.
They just hit each other, and Franz went round. Nosley went down the inside.
Franz has been round. He's recovered now. No obvious signs of damage through the car. So
yeah, I think he's fine.
Continue okay. Right, back to Davis and Shrek.
Dark Park's round as well.
Yeah, Dark March drops to 7th. So that fast right-hander.
A lot of spins so far.
Yeah. So, it's a weird one to say, but it is a very easy track to spin on. Oddly enough, it does appear that the 3 really high downforce circuits of the season I mentioned earlier on, this one, Singapore and Monaco, are also free tracks where it's really easy to spin, which should be the complete opposite, being high downforce, so it's a bit of an odd one. So,
Yeah, the White Line, Dre and Fatal Defense are in a good battle.
yeah.
White Line's up to 11.
Yeah, so White Line gets past Dre. He was having a little look at the back of Fatal himself at the time, so I think White Line's going to be pretty quick onto the back of Fatal. And Fatal's... he's one of these guys, he's not the fastest driver in the world, Fatal, but he's been around a long time. And don't make it easy to
Yeah,
get
it's gained
past.
it quite a few positions.
As I say that,
Oh,
he
he's
goes
made a
wide
bit of
and
a mistake.
almost invites the
Yeah.
White Line to have a little go. White Line didn't get it there. Is he going to get a chance up into turn 1? No. Should do. Energy and DRS. No. Look at the straight line of the Aston. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he was using a lot of VRS there.
Yeah. DRS again, down to turn 3. I think Fatal's just enjoying himself here because really no real need to battle that. He's on hard tyres to start the race, so he knows it's going to be really difficult to hold White Lion back. Not only has White Lion got a tyre advantage, he knows he's one of the guys that's normally up the front somewhere. So it's definitely going to be hard to hold back. But made a good fist of it there, to be fair to Fatal.
Shrek's getting really close to Davis now. Just 4/10 in the last sector.
Yeah, it's very much on the gearbox that Davis has fallen back from the cars ahead, but he's only 2.5 seconds, so that's what's going to be a bit frustrating here for Shrek, because he...
Oh, he might go for it.
Yeah, I think may have been a little bit of a dive bomb if he had. I think he was right to back out of that one. Ooh, gets a bit wobbly out of turn 1. So Dre's gotten past Fatal Defiance as well, by the way, and now Atkins is on the back of him. There's a battle going on between Spriggs and Theo. Spriggs has gotten past Theo, that was, and uses DRS to... Oh, Theo cuts the inside curb.
Right. Yeah, that curb is a bit deadly if you go on it for too long.
Yeah. So another resets track from him now. He's definitely going to get in trouble for that. He's racking those up.
I don't really understand why they do penalties for that. For resets track.
I would never use resets track in a league race, but I think, to be quite honest, it is so off-putting when a car suddenly appears in front of you.
Yeah, fair, yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a realism thing as well. You know, a real-life driver can't press a button and be reset to track automatically, so you know we shouldn't be able to either. So I think it's that side of it. Anyway, sorry, let's get back up to Shrek and Davis, because Shrek has just made the move.
He has used a lot of ERS move,
yeah,
but
he's
so has
flashing
Davis.
Away like mad. No, but I think you get away from Davis. I think Shrek has got some real pace. He's always got good race pace in Shrek, so I wouldn't be surprised to see the gap gradually come down to Big D. But he'll need to do that while trying to charge his battery a bit as well. It is a track, Hungary, where you can charge your battery quite well. So
yeah, Bram's got a lot of battery and he's pulled out the gap a lot as well, so he's looking really comfortable right now as long as he makes no mistakes for a race victory.
Yeah, and with Big D and P4 as well, it's looking to be a big night for Ferrari. Oh, Fatal Front joins. I didn't know he'd left. Oh, sorry, Fatal.
Yeah,
I've
this
invited you back.
issue.
Oh, White Lion has made a move on Scott. And that is usual DRS into turn 1. And that's,
No safety cars so far, no DNFs, so that's good going.
Yep. Yeah, no, just the virtual earlier on. It's
Yeah.
baby. It's for Goomba, wasn't it? And where's Goomba now? He's 9 seconds off the back of Theo. He's gradually getting himself back in. I hope maybe aided slightly by spins and stuff, but gradually getting forward a bit. What a shame for Goomba though, after having one of his best qualifiers for a while. So he ended up having a little spin.
Yeah,
So
well,
that
those
is a
things out.
McLaren. But if I keep pressing the button, I should get to eventually. What's oh, he's out. It's Knowsley.
Yeah. No safety car though.
No safety
virtual
car.
safety car. Just a yellow flag.
Yeah, must have been nicely off the track there. There is some runoff area there. So, well, turns out not to be such a good evening for Knowsley.
Yeah.
Cannon Heights, by the way, has just been made full-time driver on a Friday night, so that is his McLaren seat now.
Dark Lord, Fatal Defense, battling.
Where is he? There he is, P13. Yes, a Fatal. Yeah, so he's gotten past Fatal. Maybe when Fatal was disconnected, maybe.
Fatal is on the hards though, so
Yeah.
he should have better pace of end.
Yeah, and actually, to be fair, the mediums will be starting to go off a little bit now. So, because it was only a VSC we had, so we're on lap 10. So, they're probably still doing alright lap times. But, we should be getting to the point where the hards are beginning to do very similar lap times now.
Master Spread is right up the gearbox of Kamarov now. We're in a train now with Big D in it as well.
Excellent.
And
So,
well, there he goes.
here he goes. This is Master Spread on Cami. 2 championship contenders going side by side now into turn 3.
Oh, that was close to contact.
Tight, very tight. Okay. No, they race. Do you know they race they're in a party together when they're racing? Oh goodness, couldn't do that. Not with a championship contender.
Yeah, they do race really well though.
They do.
Especially at Miami on Tuesday. I remember them and Grezave had a spectacular battle, all clean. It was really good.
Yeah. It's oh, another yellow. That is an alpha.
Dre.
So yeah, Dre, who was battling with Fatal, wasn't he? He'd gotten past Fatal, and Fatal was on the back of him. So whether that was a contact thing or whether that's just a little spin. Fatal's not got any damage on the car, which would suggest it was probably just a spin. As Aaron joins. Hi, Aaron. So, through all that then, Cammy does hold on to P2.
Yeah, he's got more battery than Master Spread as well. But yeah, Master Spread also has to look behind him at Big D. He's not looking too threatening right now, but
No,
you never know if...
Well, I just nicked a big deal. I was expecting to see quite a lot of VRS, but it's not. He's had to use it to be able to stay in the 1 second to them.
Yeah.
I'm getting yellow flags, but I can't see anything. Oh, it's
I
out
think it's
the...
a Williams.
Yeah, it's a Williams out to the hairpin. I've got a feeling that's Dark Mark, actually. He's into the pits. So, yeah, obviously, just to reiterate for anybody who's joined a bit more recently, Dark Mark is doing his first ever race with no traction and no ABS tonight. So, his goal for this evening is probably just getting to the end.
Yeah. But Brab has now pulled out a 10-second gap, and he's got a lot of VRS. He's absolutely dominating this race.
He is. Hey, Juds. Who's Bram? Good question, mate. It's his first race tonight, so looks like he's in number one. Well, that's
The race round.
Race round. Oops, again. It's back going now. No issues.
The white line's caught up to the back of Brokeen and he's overtaken him, which, considering that it's Brokeen is on the hards, it's not bad going, but also the mediums will definitely have a lot of tyre on them now, and you could expect the medium runners to be coming into the pit lane anytime soon.
Yeah, so I know the actual strategy around here is 14 laps on mediums, 21 on hards. It's another yellow flag. That is Goomba. Out the final corner. So I've got to stick with this at the moment. These three still in a bit of a train. I think it looks to me like Spreader is recharging his battery now. He's back up to 30% already. So used a tiny bit then. I guess
To be honest, I think...
Go on, yep.
Yeah, I think Goomba might get lapped at this rate, looking at Bram's pace and where he is.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, safety car.
Oh, that is a virtual...
Or a virtual, maybe.
Absolutely no idea what for.
I think maybe Teo, he's lost his front wing.
Right, yes he has. Okay, so... Absolutely right. And he's back into the pits.
Still no safety car.
No. It's happening enough with VSCs at the moment. Should, as long as the VSC stays out, he should get out ahead of the leader. If the VSC's... Well, no, he should be okay now, anyway.
Yeah, I think, I've seen them do this in a few leagues. Can you unlap yourself from the safety car? In some leagues.
In some leagues, they do a thing where you can, yeah. In fact, I know one league that if you don't allow people to... Oh, Shrek picks up a drive route under the safety car, VSC. Yeah, I know one league where if you don't allow people to unlap themselves, you get a penalty for not letting them. Yeah, it's basically all it is they so the lead cars need to just drive off track just quickly, and then the lap car can drive past while they're off track and not have to give the place back. So once they become the car that's directly behind the safety car, it does come up saying please pass the safety car.
Yeah, that's nice. It's nice that they do that.
I know that is one of the most wanted things. But it was like one of the most wanted things for 23, but I've not heard anything saying it's going to be in that. But so I think Codemaster said it's actually really a lot harder to implement than people think.
Yeah.
Coding and stuff, so I don't really understand all that. So anyway, Bram took that opportunity to pit and has come out basically 4 seconds behind the now leader Spreader.
Wow.
Big D stayed out, but Cammy did pit. I wonder if Spreader could keep going on those tyres, because Cammy has come out in traffic. I say that no, no, he hasn't really, has he? He's 2 seconds behind Shrek, and then Shrek's 7.5 seconds behind someone else, so not that bad really.
Yeah, you would expect them to box as well, so I don't think Kamarov's really gonna catch them in time.
So, Spread, Big D, and Davis was it, I think, all into the pits. As Cammy comes out the final corner. Spread's got him, I think. Spread's overcut him.
Oh yeah, overcut.
Well, he's
Wow.
got to get the tyres at the temperature, so he's going to be vulnerable here.
Yeah, but it will be quite hard to overtake though. And I think there's a lap card away as well.
Ah, Spreader runs deep.
Oh,
He's managed to keep it behind.
that was
Cameron knows this
close.
is going to be his best opportunity in the whole race, you would have thought.
Yeah, you can't go for a move through there or else
No,
you'll
I think
crash.
he's
So
trying to put Spreader under pressure, basically, and trying to make him make a mistake. But
yeah, but as long as he hanged it through turn 2 and 3, it's really hard to make a move round this part of a lap. And Spreader's gonna have his tires now up to temperature.
yeah, they should be workable now, pretty much. So yeah, it may just be vulnerable down into turn 1 because they won't be absolutely up to temperature yet, Spreader's tyres, so Cammy should still be quicker through the corners. So if we can keep right on the gearbox. Robbo and White Lion pit as well.
Kamarov does have more ERS as well, but I think he's just a bit far back in turn 1.
Get another opportunity. It's a free Shrek could come into play at some point here. He's been out on his medium tyres.
Yeah, of course, with that drive through, I guess you might as well extend, try and do something different, hope for a safety car.
Yeah. That means he's managed to take his drive through, and he's still managed to. He's running in third. Okay, he's got a pit, but there are 4 drivers within distance of overtaking him that have still got a pit themselves, so he's not doing that bad, Trek.
Yeah, still a bit disappointing though.
He'll be disappointed, yeah, definitely. It's because that is an Aston, I think. I tell you, but I can't find them. Oh well.
Yeah, me neither.
No idea.
Shrek in the pits.
Yeah, so Shrek in. And,
He has given Master Spread DRS, so yeah, he will be protected from Kamarov at least on this lap, but Kamarov does have a lot more ERS.
yeah, and I don't think Cameron's going to be in any massive rush to get the move done. He'd be quite happy just to push Spreader into using some. So there is Shrek X in. He's actually going to come out right behind his teammate. So, well, compared to where they followed, they're not having a good evening at all, the Red Bulls. But say there are some drivers yet to pit. There's a row of 4 drivers that have still got to pit, who will drop behind them. So they won't be too bad after that.
Davies is going to have to navigate through all of that traffic as well, and hopefully not get caught by robo-snipes.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Robo's his teammates, we won't be too worried about that. They work together, the AlphaTauri boys. They're not, they won't compete with each other or anything. He thinks Robo's
Nice
quicker, he'll let him through. So, yeah, indeed. So, I think stint 1 though, the best stint 1 to me. Well, Bram probably was the best stint 1 to be fair, but other than Bram, it's broken. He's done pretty well for himself. 18 laps on the hards and counting.
I honestly don't remember Bram ever being this quick. He must like this track a lot, because yeah, he's just absolutely flying.
Yeah, he joined another league of mine the other day actually, and he submitted his time trial times, and his times were very good, but they weren't sort of this quick. So
Yeah.
I'd say his times were sort of top 3-4%. So,
And the fact that he still has 75% battery is just, yeah, makes it even crazier.
definitely. I mean, he is aided in a way by the fact that Spreader and Cammy and that have been battling. And that one is a full safety car. And that is the bit where Bram sees all of that hard work not go to waste because he can pit. But, oh no.
The safety car's... Yeah, he's caught up to the safety car.
He has, yeah. No, he's not going to be able to pit. He's caught the safety car. Although he should still be able to pit because the others should get the Delta still. So...
But it's broken. He's now in an effective P2.
He is. Everybody's pitted, and he is going on to mediums in P2. Which is what all the others are going to do. It's always a hard driver that stays out, and it's Davis. Which they had to do, actually, because the AlphaTauris were right next to each other on track, weren't they? So, I guess one had to stay out and one come in. Yeah. So they've had to split, and Davis has decided to carry on, and he moves up to P3. That's genuine position.
As of now, Bram does have the gap to come into the pit lane, but it's really going down with Brokey now.
It shouldn't. It shouldn't go down at all. He should have Delta.
Oh, should he? I thought they would just be told to catch up to the safety car.
No, not on this lap. There'll be a Delta there stopping him from catching up. As soon as, if Brown goes past the pit lane, which he won't, but if he did, then the Delta would disappear.
Yeah, okay. So,
because I'm sure if there wasn't a Delta, surely Brokeen would be absolutely bombing it. I would be.
Yeah. Yeah, he will be fine to come into the pit lane, put a set of new tyres,
there he goes,
and come out P1.
So this means that Spreader and Cammy, with no fault of their own, to be fair to them, are now running P4 and P5. It's meant that Shrek, despite having a drive-through earlier in this race, is running P6.
That's great. Although he is on the hards.
He is on the hard side, yeah, so he's... but that's okay. I mean... Obviously the mediums are going to be the better tyres through to the end of this race now, but Shrek's got pace. He might well be able to... Someone like Big D directly behind him is going to be a problem, but other drivers he should be able to compensate for the tyre difference. Briggs is up to P9, he's going along quite nicely. Oh, Scott's left a session. Invite him back.
Although Davies is going to be really scared now with Spreader, Kamarov behind him, Big D's going to be behind him as well in a bit. I think, yeah, it was probably a good call to stay out, considering that he would have had to double stack. But he has to make sure he keeps it clean.
Absolutely.
With everyone trying to pass him.
And if I'm Davis here, I'm saying you start as long as you want safety car, please. As many laps as you can tick off for me, that I don't have to defend. Better. The problem he does have, and it'd be the same for Shrek, is even if there was to be another safety car, hopefully there's not, but even if there was to be another safety car, nobody else is going to pit. So they still won't be able to pit. They're going to have to stay on those hards regardless.
Yeah, Gumba, I think is quite a bit far back, so maybe that could extend the safety car a bit longer.
Yeah, so... we already know it's going to go another lap, and it could well do another one after that, I think.
Yeah.
I didn't look up, actually. I didn't see what lap it was that it came out on, but...
yeah, I think this is the second lap on it.
Okay, so... I think it does 4, doesn't it? It's 4 to max. Not 100% sure. But...
Yeah, it really does depend. I mean, in some series I've seen it stay out for quite a bit, but that's also maybe been with some drivers playing around a little bit of staying far behind, but it should still come in at some point. But yeah, I would expect maximum 4 laps.
Yeah. I think it depends as well, because I think this would be a maximum 4 laps, this one, because Bram caught it immediately, didn't he? It got out of the pits before, so he didn't go past it. Whereas normally the safety car ends up parking for everybody to catch back round to it again. So I think that might be free when it does that, but I'm not sure, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I think I think it has a slight chance it could come in this lap because Gumba is catching the field.
He's not actually that far off, is he?
Yeah. Yeah,
well,
it's
it is coming in
lap,
this lap in a way, so without him catching the back, so he should get there. Hopefully he'll get there.
Yeah, with Bram slowing down even more, he should get there, yeah.
And he'd have seen the, as soon as that message come up, he'd gone, oh god, I best catch up and hurry up, so yeah, he's on the back.
Yeah.
Go then, so, fortunately for Davis, there's no host advantage on safety car restarts, so... yeah, well, Bram's gone. Bram is gone. So...
yeah, I think that caught its broken out a bit.
Not hanging about at all. It's broken, follows him. But the lead is Luck. It's broken, and now he's ended up in P2. But that is part of the strategy of being on hards, I guess, is at the start of the race, I mean, is that you can hold it out and keep waiting for a safety car. Spriggs gets ahead of Atkins on the restart. Oh, and they have contact into free. Oh, I think that was Fatal Defiance, and the Aston hit him as well. Hopefully that's not caused any damage to Fatal's car, because he's obviously just a passenger there, and no, it hasn't. It doesn't look like it in a way. So,
yeah, I think Dre's lost his front wing. Or a bit of it.
Scott is still ghosted. It's on the main menu. I don't know why it's not come back in yet.
He doesn't look like... oh, he's joined now.
Left the session again. Perhaps it wasn't letting him take control under safety car.
Oh, Kamarov and Spread going side by side.
They are.
Through the last 2 corners.
Are getting aggressive.
Instead of battling with Davis, we're battling with each other.
They are. Getting aggressive, but fair. Is Spreader going to get a chance back? He's picked up a bit of toe. Moves to the inside. And I think he has. Probably going to be so... oh, no, Cammy folds in behind. No, he is going for it on the inside. Oh, goodness me. Spreader saw that one coming a little bit and said, no, I don't fancy any bit of that. Oh, hang on, I'm pressing the wrong button. Spread. Oh, this is what we want to see from the 2 championship battlers.
Great stuff.
Yeah, superb stuff. And oh, Cammy slow through the chicane, and Spreader jumps on him.
Oh, that's a great battle.
Davis, you think you carry on, guys. You do this for the next 12 laps, and I'll keep hold of your podium.
Yeah, it's music to his ears right now, but they are still staying close, which just shows the advantage of the mediums. Yeah.
And truth be told, I think that is all Cammy's going to be thinking of. He needs to keep Spreader behind at the moment, but he wants to get Davis. He wants to stick Davis between him and Spreader.
Yeah, I don't think he's surviving much longer.
At the inside of turn 1, he's got that move. Davis doesn't really look interested in defending it, to be honest, and I don't blame him. I don't think he's going to get in Spreader's way. No, he definitely slowed down too much into 3. I think that's. I think he's allowed the 2 title contenders to go.
Yeah, fair enough.
Which works out nicely for the 2 ahead. Oh, Big D. Outside of the quick left. I didn't like that. I wouldn't have been risking that. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
It was a bit. I don't know if you can remember. I think it was around about 2019. I can remember Hamilton trying to do exactly that on Alonso. I think it was. I can't remember actually. I think it was.
Yeah, I think in
2019
2019 he was battling with Max.
It's yeah, I can remember. Just closed the gap. I was like, no, you're not there, mate. It's not a chance.
Yeah.
Hamilton was about 2.5 seconds faster a lap or something stupid like that. But
I think that was maybe Alonso 2021. He kept on trying that move, but there was just no space.
yeah. So Shrek will be next on to Davis, but of course they are both hard tyres. So if Davis has got a chance of fighting anybody off, it would be Shrek. And
Yeah,
they've got Fatal behind him, who's having a good race today. It's Fatal. He is going to be under pressure, I think, for the rest of this race.
He's got low ERS.
No. Scott is absolutely all over him.
Looking at the penalties, Teo has 20. I'm not sure how much you need for a disqualification. That must be close.
It's 30. Well, I think it's got to be over 30. And even then, sometimes I've seen it not disqualify you. I have seen people get disqualified when they've gone over 30 before.
Yeah. Quite a shocker for him so far with the penalties.
Yeah.
Spreader's keeping close to Kamarov.
He is. At the moment, Kamarov doesn't have the protection of any DRS or anything.
And all that battling with Davies has allowed Brokeen to just pull away.
Has. And here's Scott to the inside of Fatal Defiance. Fatal leaves plenty of room. And Scott leaves, in return, leaves plenty of room on the outside as well. Nice bit of racing. I'm now heading to 3 with an Alpha Tauri getting involved now as well. Robbo having a little look at Scott, but Scott says absolutely no way. And, then there's White Lion, I think, trying to get past Robbo. Oh, White Lion, what you doing?
These are dangerous situations with so many cars in one place.
They are. And with Dark Lords on the back of this Ralphine, look, this is a 5-way battle with no offence to him whatsoever, but Fatal, to be honest, holding these guys up, and it's going to cause a really difficult tussle, I think.
The White Line's all over the track.
That is the Alfa Romeo of Dre. Is round, not for the first time tonight, unfortunately for him. And, well, unbelievably, Theo and Spriggs are catching as well. This could soon turn into a 7-car battle.
Yeah.
Stray again.
Well, the laps are ticking down, and Fatal Defence is doing yeah, great defence so far from Scott. Oh, is that contact? No, it's not. Oh, I thought Fatal got spun around.
He's okay. It's there's no tyre advantage here. Absolutely all of them have done 8 laps on their mediums. As Dre,
Dre's out.
He is retired in the pits, so he was getting all spinny there. So whether he's just caused himself damage, was going to drop too far back and decided to call it a night, or whether he actually, because he was being spinny, sometimes that's a sign of rear wing damage. In which case, at a track like this, there's not really much point in carrying on at most tracks, let alone a track like Hungary.
Yeah. Franz is on the softs, which is quite interesting, but I guess he is at the back.
Yeah.
Just want to try something different. But he is only 1 spot away from points, so even being at the back in this league, you can still have a great chance for points.
Absolutely. So yeah, top 15 score points, as you mentioned there. So, and don't forget, Theo's got 20 seconds of penalties. So he does have a chance. He's gonna have to knock out quali lap after quali lap, to be fair, but he does have a chance. As Robbo goes to the inside, that was maybe, to be fair to Scott, that probably was a little bit of a late look that from Robbo, and in fact it's allowed.
Oh,
Lion,
wide.
let's get involved. Someone spun. I've just seen a load of debris go across the track. I think
Dark
Robbo
Lord
spun, and Dark Lord's hit him.
Safety car.
Yeah, that will be. That's Dark Lord's right in the middle of the track, and unlucky Dark Lord. That's no fault of his own whatsoever. They were free side by side. I'm not actually sure what happened to make Robbo spin. I didn't
Yeah,
see
never
any
saw
contact,
that.
so but well, now I can only assume there must have been because he was the middle of the free, so you can't have caught a
Yeah.
curb or anything like that.
Is Bram gonna come into the pit lane? No, he's not. For a second
Can't.
he was, but he's
Yeah,
not.
he just can't. He dropped too far.
Broken's coming in.
That's a mistake. That is a big, big mistake.
Yeah,
He's gonna
there's too
drop
many
so far.
people close. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of laps to get
Too
through
many
as well.
close,
I
not
think
a
this-
lap. Yeah, exactly. Spot on.
Yeah.
Davis
think-
is as well. You can't. You just. They shouldn't be pitting.
Nah.
They're making mistakes here. Well, they may have gotten a little bit lucky. A few more have come in.
I think this happened to Big Boy Plum in Spa in Lauda. He was leading the race when he boxed for softs. With only around 5 laps to go, he dropped back to 6th. So there was honestly no chance for him to win after that. It was a very bad decision, and I think Broke's just done that exact same thing here.
Yeah, I'm sure. In himself, he's probably saying to himself, "What? Why aren't they pit?" He probably would have been expecting all of them, but it was a rash decision, I'm afraid. He was in a great
Yeah.
position, absolutely great position. Second safety car catching back up the brand to give him another opportunity at it. Yeah.
Honestly,
I'm
I think he
afraid.
would have been my driver of the day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think definitely between him and Bram.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it would have been between those two. In all fairness, Big D's done a great job. Yeah, there's certainly. Well, look what it's done for Red Bull. Not so long ago, saying how bad an evening it was becoming for them, and now they're running P5 and P6, which is a fair old horde of points in the PRF1. So.
Well, I think we're gonna have to maybe play a team game here. Try and defend from Brokeen, try not to battle too much with each other. Maybe OG Shrek would like to let the white line through so he can run away from its Brokeen, considering he's on the hards. Or maybe the white line would just like to defend Shrek's position.
Yeah, I mean, in all fairness, there shouldn't be a big difference between those mediums and hards. It's 11 laps of 13. They should be reasonably
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Well, perhaps.
I think the
Yeah, I
worst
think maybe
position-
you're right. I think perhaps Shrek lets him through. They can always say if White Line can't get past Big D, then they can always switch it back later on. But
Yeah. I think probably the worst position to be right now is where Goomba is. He's got like 6 soft runners all behind him.
yeah, absolutely vying for blood.
Yeah.
And, poor old Goombas sat on 12 lap mediums. Rabbit in the headlights. Atkins. It's one of these things. If he wants to get up places, he's got to get the safety car in, but you don't want to race around the lap too hard and take like 7% out of the softs or something in doing it. So whatever.
I think
it
the
is
safety
around
car could have went in there. Oh, it is
here.
coming in.
It
That's
is.
late.
That's a late call. Bram won't be able to go as early, will he? Because it won't get far enough into the pit lane for him. So he's gonna have to
Yeah.
leave us a bit later this time.
They
Usual
might all
thing
have
is to go
cold
sort
tyres
of,
as well.
yeah. Yeah, because I can't imagine they would have been expecting it to come in then, so I doubt they've done that much swerving about.
All broken
Fred's got
already.
to run on
getting
camera off.
past.
Tries to brake him. Yeah, good defence from Cammy. Left plenty of room to allow the opportunity, but defence. And oh, not Fatal. Fatal's ended up round at turn 1.
It's not a torrid day.
Oh, he was having a great day, wasn't he? He was doing really, really well fighting off those drivers behind him. But
yeah.
whatever's
It's
happened,
bad now,
he's
though.
round. He has got back going now, but that'll be the end of it.
Oh, it's Span again.
Yeah, I can't imagine he's in too happy a mood right now, to be honest.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Particularly if he's been hit by someone.
Yeah, but
anyway.
Brokin got past both Red Bulls. And
Brokin's
oh no!
had a look at Big D. I'm afraid that was a bit of a late lunch, Brokin.
Yeah, not an expected corner to go for a move as well, and that's just completely ruined what would have been a great day for him.
Yeah, that's dropped him right down the P15. So he's still going to get some sort of reward, but not the reward he should have been hoping for. Fatal's not got a front wing on his car, so...
Yeah, I was just about to say, Brokin was got past the 2 Red Bulls straight away, and he was on the back of Big D, but it's just all unfolded.
That was too... You know... Whether it was an actual bit of a dive bomb, or whether he's actually missed his brake, and I don't know, but... I mean, sometimes when you're on new sauce and everybody around you quite worn tyres, you feel a bit invincible, like you just fly past everyone. As Theo has spun.
Goomba's let a few people through. I'm not sure if maybe he had a mistake or something, but I did see him ghosted.
That's usually recovered to track. Yeah, Fatal does decide to call it a night. I thought he was going to be fair. Amazingly, Brownie's just disappeared again.
Davy's on the back of Shrek now. Shrek's going to be really vulnerable on those old hards. Although it is only 2 laps.
Yeah.
So if Shrek wants to go for a move, he's not got a lot of time.
So he's got 38% energy at the moment. Shrek, 36 now.
Oh, contact between Franz and Scott, and they're both out. Oh, that was horrible.
Oh dear, right. Too late for a safety car. This will carry on through to the end. That's out of turn 3, out of turn 4, isn't it? They've done that.
Yeah, once again, just going side by side, and they just clipped each other and smashed into the wall.
Oh dear.
That's quite a few DNFs.
Yeah, it is now. 8 DNFs. The irony now that if Fatal Defiance had carried on, he'd be guaranteed P13 and a few points. But
yeah.
I love it. And someone else, who was the other one? Dre retired in the pits earlier on in the race as well, so, you know.
Yeah, must have had some major damage.
Yeah.
But looking at it now, he would have probably thought it would be best to carry on and just try and limp home, because he would still get points in the end.
Yeah, that's it. So, at the moment, Karov is just about doing enough to all spread off. He's got a massive power advantage as well now.
Yeah.
It's the final lap actually. I didn't realise that. I thought it was an ultimate lap. So we want to watch our who's going to be our race winner through to the end. But well, what a performance! And I think with the it's ended up being a retirement from its Brokin. I think For me personally, he's definitely my driver of the day, Brown Cougars.
Yeah, brilliant drive. Consistently just opening a gap all the time.
Yeah. Cammy takes P2 then ahead of Spreader. Big D P4, a brilliant stay for Ferrari. Spriggs in 5, Shrek 6, Davis in 7, Robbo 8, so a great day for AlphaTauri 2, and pretty good for Red Bull as well in P6 or P9 with White Lion. Atkins in 10 for Alfa Romeo. Gumba finishes in with nice points tonight, Gumba, well done, and a really good quality as well. P11, and Theo, unbelievably, is 21 seconds of penalties are actually going to make no difference whatsoever. Still going to finish P12 and pick up some points for Williams.
Yeah, you should never give up in this series.
Just shows, doesn't it? It just shows. So, I think he got fastest lap at the end there as well. I think I saw it flash up, fastest lap.
Yeah,
so
he did, yeah.
You get the extra point as well. Driver of the day by the game gives it to Spriggs, which is purely based on making up the most places in the race. So, but I think
Yeah, he did gain 10, which was pretty good.
he did do very, very well indeed. But I think we're agreed that Bram will be our driver of the day.
Yeah.
He's Xbox as well, so we'll get him invited in. Right, that's the free invites. So we've already done the finishers. Fortunately, DNF's in the end for It's Broken, Franz, Scott, Fatal, Dark Lord, Dre, Dark Mark, and Nosley, who just didn't really get going today, unfortunately. But still, congratulations to Nosley on getting the full-time spot for McLaren. Quickly scroll through the incidents just to get them on the stream, just in case the stewards need them. And there we go. Yeah, just absolute confirmation. Theo definitely got the fastest lap, 1:18.2 at the end.
Yeah, I'm surprised Bram didn't get it, to be honest, with his pace.
Yeah, so, yeah, he pinched off of Bram by just under 2 tenths. So, there we go. Is nobody joining the party then? Oh, here's Cammy. Spreader. Come on, boys, you know what to do. There's Spreader. Bram's obviously new, so he might not even know who I am, let alone that he's supposed to be joining the party. Okay. Alright, guys, if you just include your audios, you know what to do anyway. You've done this enough times. Okay, well, Spreader, we'll come to you first. Well done, mate. Another podium under the belt. Couldn't quite get Cammy, but you had some absolutely fantastic racing together through that race. It was a pleasure to watch. But yeah, take us through it, mate.
Yeah, we got off the line pretty well. Thought I might have got camera off the line, but just got really good on the brakes. So managed to hold me there, and it was just settling in. And yeah, I didn't have the pace in the first stint, but managed to get the overcut, and then managed to just sort of settle in then and hold Jack where he was, just using the RS when I knew where I needed to. But, you know what I mean, holding Jack up, but then getting back past Jack's a different ball game, like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
just couldn't get back. We had the battle, and I tried as hard as I could. I really did. I put everything I had into that battle. It was hard racing, but it was like there was a couple of wheel taps and that and things. Other than, you know, no damage to each other or anything. So, and, you know, no spins, nothing, no major time loss. So hard but fair racing, and in fairness, he deserved the P2 for that. Yeah, we didn't see much of Brown Jaggers.
No,
So
goodness me,
unfortunately,
no.
it was just the two of us. But all the time that we were fighting, I had Big D sat behind me, and I know. Big D's more than capable of pulling a move off when he wants to. So I just had to be careful.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, another good race from Big D tonight as well. So fair play to him. Our driver of the day is going to our race winner as well because just the sheer pace really and the way he just multiple safety cars in the end and just managed to pull away each time. Very very impressive. Without really using much energy either as well. So fair play to him. Okay, it'll be Cammy next then. Vice, I'll let you do Cammy's interview.
Yeah, so Kamarov, you had a great battle with Master Spread. Couldn't really match the pace of Bram. He was just shooting out in the lead. Do you know really where you could have gained more time to him, or yeah, do you just not have any answer to his pace?
He's just fucking ridiculous speed run. I mean, what was it for Pi? It was what, 6/10 was it 6/10 ahead of me or something in qualifying? It's just, yeah, I don't know where he gets the
Yeah,
pace from
6.
around there, but he's fucking gone from everyone. So, but yeah, as Fred said, we had a nice battle in turn one, and I was kind of keeping with Bram, but he got back from DRS, and he was just gone, and the stats just started to creep in and allowed spread back by DRS, and as I said, he got overcut on me, and then personally, I think he was a bit lucky with the safety car because he was low on ERS and I still had about 50%, so I reckon I could have got past him, but I got past him anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Um, but yeah, he stuck with me and kept me under quite a lot of pressure and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, he kept it on.
Well, you also had it's broken going on to the softs right at the end. Did you ever consider that, or do you think that was just plain stupid?
No, I mean it's not plain stupid. I mean from his point of view, he's got nothing to lose. As he was a couple of seconds up the road from Ian Spread, so he's going to lose a couple less positions. But I mean from my point of view, in a championship fight, and there's 6 or 7 people right behind me, and if they don't pit, then I'm not going to be able to get past all of them with 2 or 3 laps left after the safety car. So it just for me personally and Spread, it's not the right decision. But for Broken, I think it was the right decision for him, but he just ultimately couldn't quite get past a few people and then got caught up in a collision or two. Unlucky.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I think don't forget as well that Brammy's pace was brilliant tonight, but don't forget you two were battling away with Big D right on your tails as well, which
And
obviously
Shrek.
and
Unfortunately,
Shrek
got his
for most of it
drive-through
as well,
though, so.
yeah, until he got the drive through really. But yeah, shout out to Shrek as well, did really well despite the drive through, still managed to finish well. So um,
Briggs.
that will make up for some of the time that he was getting away from you. So just bear that in mind. Um, but yeah, no, fair play to him. It's a shame we haven't been able to speak to him, but fair play to him in a way, the lad, and his debut on the Friday night. So, but in terms of the championship battle, obviously, a little bit of a game for you again this week, Spreader. But sorry, Cammy, even. But
Yeah, watching a different race.
but it's still close. So, do you still think you're going to miss a race?
Yeah, I'm missing Brazil 100%.
Which one? Sorry,
Brazil.
Brazil. It is Brazil.
Typically, is the sprint race as well, but hey, there you go.
Yeah. So, ideally, you want more than a 38-point gap going into that race, don't you? So, still a few between you in there. So, yeah. I've still got Baku yet. It could all change after that.
Yeah, well, last week didn't help either, so I did have the 38-point gap, but there we are.
I think you got it again now, haven't you? Wouldn't that be what you made tonight? I
No,
think you were 35
Spread
tonight.
did
So.
P2, didn't he? Yeah, no, because I haven't done the standings yet.
Oh, haven't they?
So.
Oh, well, well, in that case, it shouldn't count last week then, should it? That should be void,
Yeah,
standings aren't done, they shouldn't count now.
Yep.
All right, anyway, let's wrap this up. So, right, congratulations to both of you and Brammy, if you're out there anywhere listening. Fair play to you, man. Congratulations. And Big D, great drive from you as well, buddy. Other than that, as always, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Massive thank you to you, Vice Racing, as well, for joining and doing comms with me. It's been a pleasure having you, and you're always welcome. If you ever want to do it, just give me a shout, and you're always welcome to jump in.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, well, thanks very much, everyone out there who's kept us entertained throughout. And for the subs as well, guys, thank you ever so much. Also, everybody who watches the stream back at a later point, I really appreciate it, guys, as does the league. Don't forget that PRF1 will be back on Tuesday with Vice Racing. What's
We've got Hilly doing
what's
the
your
promotions
Twitch?
now, so, I
Vice?
feel like a fucking...
Just Twice Racing F1.
Vice Racing F1. So if you want to watch the Tuesday race, guys, just join in on that one. Other than that, I will be back on Sunday at 6 o'clock for the finale race of the WRL season, and then 8 o'clock for HRF1. So come and join me for those. Good night, God bless, have a good weekend.